Good morning, Chief Best, fellow wardens, family, friends, and all other law enforcement personnel present here today. My name is Edgar Corona, and I have the pleasure of being the class president of Class 62 and the pleasure to be out here speaking on behalf of the rest of the class. The last 30 weeks were rough to say the least, so let's rewind a little bit and start at the beginning. Day one. We all know that feeling, walking onto campus on the first day of school, fresh new clothes on, feeling good, thinking as if you're on top of the world. In our case, it was months on months of interviews, tests, background checks, and a whole lot of paperwork. And they all led to that day, the first day of the Fish and Wildlife Academy, the first day of the rest of our lives. Eager to learn, excited for what's to come, game faces on, creases on point, or so we thought. In come the Academy orientation team, or if you're not catching on here, drill instructors. Now, the next 8 hours are somewhat of a blur. What I do remember is there was a lot of motivation being loudly expressed in all directions, and becoming very familiar with the concrete parade deck and the carpeting of AHPS 131. You laugh, it's really actually kind of nice. It's striped varying shades of brown, flecks of red and yellow. Really nice, especially when viewed from a prone position, approximately 2 feet off the ground. Ironically, they called that a rest, but I don't remember resting much, do you guys? Despite the madness, day one was eventually over. Time to get serious. We all felt defeated, pride was injured, didn't really know what exactly we were getting into, and from that moment forward, the tone was set for this academy. It'll be all about improvement. Every day coming in, the goal was to be that much better than you were the day before, because there was no shortcut, no secret formula to make it here. Inevitably, there were failures along the way. The wall might have gone the best of us one day, and one scenario might not have gone exactly how we wanted to. But every person up here found a way to buckle down, re-engage, and succeed. And for that, I'm proud of everything this class was able to accomplish. Let's give these guys a hand real quick. Over the 30 weeks, we would spend countless hours learning and perfecting skills that will make us the greatest wardens that we can be out in the field. From EVOC, days out on the range, DTs, and even the classroom, I challenge anybody to say they did not have fun while learning in the academy. There are memorable days in the academy, but the days when we were pushed to our absolute limits, and pretty much to the point of our bodies failing, were the ones that stuck out the most. The academy tested us physically in many ways and taught us to be both mentally and physically tough to handle this career. Some feats were small, like getting exhausted during PT and still making it through a full day of lectures. Running 4 miles and knocking out 130 plus burpees in the pouring rain taught us that this is an all-weather career and Mother Nature isn't getting in the way. Some moments, like Red Man and Sustained Resistance, taught us that we were going to get knocked down time to time, but we're going to get back up again and we're going to keep fighting. And finally, moments like Craft in a Bag taught us that literally anything can happen, you just got to work through it. As for this group, there's more than just one type of cadet. We had veterans, a corrections officer, a former doctor, a whole lot of EMTs, scientific aides, a utility forester, an assistant manager of a dairy, and myself, I used to be animal control. You also had experienced hunters and fishermen, and those who probably couldn't tell you the difference between a bobcat and a cat named Robert. Some might have never dreamed they wanted to become a peace officer in any capacity, and to others, making it here was a lifelong dream. Despite these differences, we all came here for the same reason, and to best summarize that reason, let's look at our class motto: protect and conserve. To protect wildlife and conserve the state's resources for the enjoyment of all. It's that passion for the resources that brought us together, and that same passion that will ensure that we are successful for years to come. If there's anything I want people to take away from this speech, it's to not give up that passion and don't quit. We are entering a career where our day-to-day actions are judged by those who probably won't ever understand what we do and why we do it and how hard it is to do it. Under that kind of scrutiny, it's easy to lose sight of what's important and give up. However, there is no time to think you're too tired or too stressed or just not feeling it. We're not part of a mission that is far greater than ourselves. There is no time for quitting. Plus, you got pepper spray for this job. I think you're tougher than you look. Now, where do we go from here? We're going to love this answer. It depends. No matter where we end up in the state, the lessons learned in this academy and the memories made are sure to last. Thank you to the academy staff for being great mentors and putting up with us for the last 30 weeks. Thank you to all the family members for coming along for the ride with us. I know it was difficult, but we did it all for you. Class 62, we did it, but it's only the beginning. Thank you.